It all started with the song he wrote for his mom and a long-shot sample sent to an international talent show in Los Angeles. And soon, the father of four, raised on a dirt floor in Mexico, who had worked so hard to follow his dream to become an American tradesman, a plumber, had the chance to live another dream on the biggest stage of all.
Claro, gallo, la sacamos del estadio. Lo que un día soñé en el barrio, hoy lo ponen en la radio. Y a huevo que celebro porque me ha costado mucho. Tengo la...
But how far could he really go? Maybe more importantly, how far would be far enough to make his dream fulfilled? Diego Raya tells us how as he takes us to the heart of his story. Diego's dream. Plumber performs on Tango Talento. So I was in the office of Peterson Plumbing and Heating in Davenport, Iowa. Good friends of mine, talking with the team about how business was going. They had just had a gathering of staff for a lunch. The big topic of conversation this time around, one of their own had made it onto an international talent competition with his skills as a writer and performer. I thought that was so cool. So I asked, does he have time to talk to me about it before he heads off for the next round in Los Angeles? They gave me his number, and he agreed to share his story. A couple days later, he joined us in the alley of his home to help us carry in our camera, lights, and other gear. We paused to click a few shots of him in the alley in case he needed a couple more for his use now that he was becoming such a star. Then we went inside, where we met a small part of his incredibly kind and courteous family before they scurried off to let him share his story in private. The spark in his eye and the smile on his face told so much about him. Soon he was off to compete again. Now we catch up with him weeks later. It is over as we meet again in his studio space to reflect on what he just went through and what lie ahead. When we last met up with Diego Raya, he was on his way back to Los Angeles to compete in the semifinals of Tango Talento. So I'm hanging out here with Diego, and last time I talked to you, you were getting ready to go back to Los Angeles for the semifinals. Take us through what the semifinals was like. You had to pick a new song, right? Your song for your mom got you in, so you had to follow that with something even bigger?
Correct. So I picked my mom's song. Then after that, I went to the quarterfinals, and that's when I had to write the song about when I was a kid. And then we talked after that. Then I went back to LA for the semifinal. And so that song was about what's going on in the world. Like, it starts off like asking like God, like, why is this happening? But through the song, it's just like I'm just asking God, like, why there's kids in the streets that don't have families, they don't have food, or why is there wars going on, all this stuff. But at the end, I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't understand why you're doing this, but I still believe in you, and I still believe that everything's gonna change.
Change, a big part of his life. Learn from his mom, though, how to adapt, react quickly to whatever life throws at him. So was this a song that you wrote like fast just for this, or was this already something you had?
No, I had to write it fast, so I had 2 weeks for it. And I had to write it in 2 weeks, and then learned it. That was the hardest part.
Writing a song that fast is one thing. Committing it to memory and performing live in your only chance to do it is another. He had gotten his biggest shot, but now his biggest fear was about to become reality.
So they had a theme of Las Vegas, and then the judges started playing cards. So when I was singing and I looked and I see them playing cards, not paying attention to my song, then I was like, I was like shocked. Like, it was seconds, but like literally it was exactly how the movies are when something happens and like everything is like slow motion. Like I swear, like the time stopped there.
He stopped, if only for a moment.
So other musicians, if they're in the middle of a song, they forget the words, which does happen. They kind of let the music carry it and they pick it back up. When you're rapping, isn't it harder in hip hop to catch up to yourself to where you were and to jump back on that pace because you're singing much faster too, right?
Yes, so that's one of the biggest things that until now it's just one of those things that I guess you want it so hard that your body, your mind just automatically starts doing it. And that song was one of the hardest because the lyrics were like one after another lyric. So that song was pretty fast. Like I was rapping kind of fast. And so when I forgot, it was like, I mean, I knew it. I knew from like before I performed, I'm like, if I messed up, then it's over. Like I don't think I'm gonna be able to come back to it because it was so hard.
That moment would be forever in his mind. This was the verse.
No es un reclamo ni te digo que no existes, pero al ver cómo está el mundo me pregunto si te fuiste. Tantas familias que han quedado sin hogar y por culpa de la violencia se tienen que desplazar. Miles de niños.
Although the judges said they admired the fact that he just kept going, deep in his heart he knew it was over. He felt he let so many people down.
You just have all these people supporting you and like believing in you, and you feel like I felt like everything that people did for me, and like I felt like I just threw it to the garbage can. So
You thought you let him down.
yes, I thought I let him down.
And you had to wait a whole day to find out the results, right?
And yeah, so that's another thing. Like so it was that night. So that night they didn't tell us. So it was actually 2 days that we had to wait because the day after, that's when the show comes out and that's when the phone numbers come out because you don't know the phone numbers until the show comes out.
Yeah.
That's when they
It's a live event by then.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's when they put your phone numbers and then that's when you start like sending it to people and like, you know, people that has to vote for you.
The only thing that could save him, the live audience voting. But only 3 of the 9 could move on.
But I know you were caught up in all that where you were, but back here at home, I know because I was watching online too. You had a community coming out so hard for you.
Oh, yes.
Everybody was saying, hey man, vote for him, vote for him. Everybody's sharing your contact stuff. It was really cool to watch people getting behind you.
Yes, it was really good. It was awesome. I also I was kind of frustrated as well because there was a lot of people sending me messages and it was my inbox was like full and I was trying to reply to every single person or every single comment, but it was just almost impossible because it's just so many people, which I am so grateful for. It was a great experience and I didn't think that people was gonna support me like they did.
And then, ready to go home, proud of what he had already achieved, he waited for the results.
So I had the other guy's name on my head, and I was just waiting to hear his name, so I wouldn't feel that, you know, like that hard on me. And I had his name on my head, and I was just waiting to hear his name. And then all of a sudden they say my name, and then I stared down for seconds because I didn't realize it. And then I was like, wait a minute, is that my name? Is that me? So I look at these hostess and then he's like, so what do you feel to be on the final? How does it feel like? And I was just like, that's when I literally felt like I was just like dreaming. Like I see this guy that he's famous, he's really famous and like talking to me with the microphone. And I'm like, well, feel like this is a dream pretty much. Like I can't really believe it.
Now down to 3. Another song, this one for his kids.
So for the finals, you wanted to do something different, right? Did you had a helper for the finals up there on stage with you?
Oh yes, I did. Yes, the greatest helper I can ever have. So for the final, I decided to do a song about, it's a letter for my kids. So in case I die, it's a song that I wrote for them, and it talks about if I die, look in the mirror and you're gonna see me.
His daughter joined him on stage for this incredible moment.
And then she got to be with me, and she got to feel like a little star being over there. She went on the stage with me, and that was like amazing. Like the final was, I think that was my favorite. Not only because it was the final, but I was just like relaxed knowing that that was it. Like I didn't care if I won or not. I had my daughter there, and like I knew that was good. It's going to be like good motivation for her in the future because she loves singing. So I'm like, once she realizes how big this was, she's gonna be like, oh my God, you know, my dad is, hopefully, you know, my dad is awesome.
An awesome experience. But a reality was starting to set in. You see, he no longer cared about winning the competition. He missed his home, his life, his career as a plumber.
What were the other plumbers when you came back and went to work and you know, you just got off the big stage? How do they respond to all this?
Well, I had a lot of them send me messages when I was over there, and they're like, "Oh my God, man, like it's amazing seeing you. Like I work with you, and like seeing that you're living your dream. It's amazing." And I felt really good because, one, as trade workers, you know, we don't say stuff like that. We're tough, you know. So seeing that, I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And come back, and when I came back, I was talking to I was gonna work with this guy, and he's like, okay, I can't wait to see you tomorrow because I want to hear about your experience over there. And of course, like they talked to like electricians and some other trades. They knew about it. And they were like asking, oh, are you the guy that was in the show? I was watching you, this and that. And it was pretty awesome. Like,
so you're not pulling that, hey, I'm not going to crawl down underneath there. I was just on a big stage rapping in front of millions of people, man. You're not pulling that one, huh?
Right, no, I'm pretty humble. So I can't do that.
So he is back to work. By day with his hands, by night with his voice and lyrics.
Claro, gallo, la sacamos del estadio. Lo que un día soñé en el barrio, hoy lo ponen en la radio. Ya huevo que celebro porque me ha costado mucho.
Putting out music on Spotify, doing music videos, YouTube. I'm just trying to push my music as hard as I can this year. That we have, like, I believe, the light going right now, and yes, that's one of my plans for this.
Yeah, pretty cool mix though too, right? Now you get to do your music, you got your career as a tradesman, and you get to be a dad and a husband and raise your family all here, still at home. It's pretty amazing what you can do at home now.
Exactly.
Final thought from you here on what this whole experience has been like for you. I mean, this is kind of life-changing, opening doors that you never expected to be open, but giving you a chance to sort of reevaluate life, both here at home and on the road.
Oh yes, definitely. It's just something that just randomly changed my life, and I literally felt like the best way to describe it is being on a ditch, and there's times where we have to tunnel so we can do pipe through, and then there's like no space there, so you have to little by little, you know, be making that hole little by little. And then, I mean, there's times where you get so tired, you're like, oh my God, like I'm never gonna get there because like it's like probably this thick. And then but then you just keep on going, you never give up. And then all of a sudden, you just like hit it, and then you can see the light, and then like, oh my God, I did it.
He did it, and has inspired countless others just like him to go after the same. Find out more about Diego Raya on his Facebook page, YouTube, and Spotify. Soy Blue Marlboro is where you'll find him. And if you like this story, please subscribe, share with a friend. This is The Heart of the Story with Gary Mativier, and a special shout out to Peterson Plumbing and Heating, who's been here for him and for our dreams as well.